Greetings, this is NobleKale for NobleKale.com. I've got here another game that I played a lot when I was a kid. It's called Choplifter. So let's just have a quick glance at it as it runs through the introduction. Basically, you have a helicopter and you have to pick up prisoners of war. And there are ground forces for the enemy in the shape of tanks, and there are opposing air forces in the shape of planes, and you basically have to swoop in beyond enemy lines, destroy the barracks that are housing them, and evac them to safety. And it's by Broadbrunt, as it's showing now on the title screen, and it's from 1982, so it's pretty damn old, and it's pretty damn good fun. So I'm going to be playing this one on my gamepad, so it's not quite as good as if I had an actual joystick. It's 2-button control. The first button is to shoot, and the second one is actually to rotate the helicopter, and I'll be showing that in half a second. So let's jump straight on in there. Okay, and it's basically arrow key. Sorry, the joystick moves me around, and then if I hold down the button, I rotate my helicopter. So I can pretty much have 3 different positions for 3 different orientations for the helicopter. Wasn't actually landed then. And you find that the middle one is basically the best for sniping tanks with. Okay, so you'll see that that little blue gem is filling up. I think that 5's the maximum, so we're going to pretty much find that I can't take any more. The tank is actually killing some of the prisoners, so I want to get out of there just so that they survive. I suspect I travel a little bit faster in properly oriented mode. Oh, man. When I was a kid, I could never actually land that, or at least not when I was much younger. Okay, so now they've gone from blue to green. Whoa, and that was my first encounter with a enemy plane. You don't actually get destroyed by touching it, per se. You do have to actually be shot down by its missiles, which I just was again. I think this is my last life, so let's proceed a little bit. Aha! You can shoot them down. There we go. So I'm sort of jagging over there and then pulling back at the last minute as soon as they appear on screen. Well, that was a very manly noise there from me. I'm actually full, so I'm going to head back. And I'm going to perish. And that's the end of me. So the game has quite a number of elements to it, even though it's superficially very simple. You have to defend against air attacks, and the plane won't attack you when you're on the ground, as far as I can recall. You have to defend against the tank. You also have to make sure that the tanks don't stay on the screen too long when there's prisoners of war running around, or else they'll actually destroy all the prisoners, which affects your score, obviously. It's harder to crack open the barracks when you're in that middle orientation. In fact, I'm not sure you actually can do it. I think you actually have to snipe them on an angle. So that, combined with the tanks being in the area, it actually becomes quite difficult. Okay, so I'm going to go again. And here we go. Let me move that mouse. Whoa. So yeah, the controls as far as the orientation of the helicopter do get a little bit clunky, but it's the actual movement of the helicopter however, is pretty damn cool, especially when you consider that when I'm flying to the left, I'll explain that after I deal with this guy. Go away. Die, 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 die. When I'm going strictly to the left, and I'm oriented to the left, I'm shooting down, but when I hit the brakes and I go over to the right, all of a sudden, I actually start shooting up. So I'll show you that in half a sec. Too far away. Nice landing. Okay. I think he's gone away anyway. No, he hasn't. Oh. And that's what I mean. You get this kind of upper shot. Probably shouldn't actually worry about these guys. I've got bigger things to worry about. There's one dude stuck out there. And he actually got wiped out by that plane. Poor dude. Okay, so still picking some more up. This is going to kill me. And boom. If I actually had stayed on the ground, it would have been alright. Still doing a lot better than the previous attempt though. So it's basically, as soon as the plane appears on screen, I can just jam the back button. This is one of the bunkers here. It's already been cracked open. You can see it's on fire. That was unfortunate. Come on. See, so you can see that here's one of the bunkers, and it's not open, but now it is. The tank actually popped it open for me. Oh, so I'm at maximum occupancy, which is 10, and dead. Very much successful. Anyway, so the game employs a number of different pressure techniques, which is good. The tank on the ground means that I can't basically just park in the middle of the refugee camp and make the poor bastards run to me from across the map. The plane swooping in means that I have to watch myself even when I'm in transit to the bunker areas and when I'm out of vertical range of the tanks. They also mean that there's another mechanism for stopping me from camping on the ground. Having to crack those bunkers open is really difficult because you've actually got to basically come in angled mode and place your shots pretty well. Alternatively, the tanks can crack them open for you, but then you've got a tank running around who could potentially kill pretty much all the POWs. So that's another aspect of it as well. Now, let's talk about the graphics. You've got a pretty consistent interface, of course. With 2GS stuff, you've got a set palette and you've got a set style, and everyone basically ruled their own sort of consistency, and it wasn't so much a problem as it is with modern games. One thing that I noticed that I never noticed as a kid, the background doesn't actually scroll. The stars are static. They change color, but because of that neat little trick with the fence post, you actually think that they do. What it actually also is that the orange stars, when they light up themselves and 1 pixel to the right. and the blue ones light up themselves and 1 pixel to the left. And that also gives that sort of travel sort of feel to it. So it's a neat little trick there. The moon looks fantastic. I mean, limited colors and all of that, but it does look pretty good. And so I really like this one. And I have really fond memories of it, and they all kind of come flooding back as soon as you hear that sort of shot sound of the helicopter and the way in which it explodes when you get shot down, obviously. So that was a game called Choplifter for the Apple IIgs, and this is Noble Kale for noblecale.com. I will see you with the next game. See ya.